Hey designers, in this video, we'll design the logo in Adobe Illustrator, and then animate it in After Effects. Open Adobe Illustrator. Take the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle like this. Align it vertically and horizontally to center it. Now, take the direct selection tool, select the top two anchor points, and curve them to give the rectangle a rounded top. We don't want any fill, so remove the fill, and give the shape a golden stroke. I'll paste the color code here for you to use. We need a similar shape inside this one. Instead of making a new shape, select the existing shape, go to Object, then Path, and choose Offset Path. It will create another shape, but by default, it's outside. We want it inside, so adjust the value to a negative number until you're satisfied. Press OK when it looks good. Next, take the rectangle tool again and draw a smaller rectangle like this. Place the smaller rectangle on top of the frame and adjust its size to make it look visually balanced. Make sure it's aligned to the center. Once you're happy with the look, give this smaller rectangle the same golden stroke as the frame. We need a duplicate of this shape on the right side. Press Alt and drag the shape to the right. Select both shapes, and now click on the left one again to set it as the reference point. After that, align both shapes horizontally to make sure they line up perfectly. Once that's done, we are going to create a rectangle the size of this area. Once the size is adjusted, move it above like this using the selection tool. Now, take the text tool and write the brand name. For me, it's Elevate Interiors. Let's set the font to all capitals. This is the font I'm using for this design. Give it the same gold color fill that we used earlier. Adjust the size of the text until you're happy with it. Once you're satisfied, make sure the text is perfectly centered. If it's not, adjust it now. Next, we will convert all of the strokes into fills. To do that, first select everything except the text layer. Go to Object, and then choose Expand Appearance. What this does is convert all the strokes into fills. Now, take the Shape Builder tool. By holding down Alt on your keyboard, start removing the lines in between the shapes to create one unified shape. Do the same to remove lines on the right side and the left side. Now, we just need to add stairs here. Let's start by creating a larger rectangle below the frame. Position it off to the side first. I'll provide the color code for it here. Once that's set, press OK. Now, by holding Alt on your keyboard and dragging, create a duplicate of the rectangle and position it like this. To repeat the step, press Ctrl+D, and continue duplicating the rectangles as many times as you want. Make sure all of these stairs are grouped as one. Now, take the rectangle tool again because we need a frame that matches the smaller frame inside. We forgot to create this earlier, but we'll need it to mask the stairs. So, create a rectangle the same size as the smaller frame. Then, take the direct selection tool, select the top two anchor points, and curve them. This will be the mask for our stairs. Now, go back to the group stairs and make sure they are grouped properly. We need to work with the layers. Press F7 to bring up the Layers panel. In Adobe Illustrator, when we work, everything is done on a single layer, even though the paths are different. But to import it into After Effects, we need separate layers for each shape and object. Here's what we'll do: select the only layer in the panel, then click the 3 lines icon at the top right corner, right-click on it and choose Release to Layers. This will turn all the paths into individual layers. Select all of these newly created layers and move them to the top of the original layer. The original layer becomes empty because all the paths have been moved into separate layers above it. We can now delete the original empty layer, hide the mask layer we created earlier. Now, move the stairs back inside the artboard, and if necessary, scale them down to fit properly. Once everything is adjusted, save the Adobe Illustrator file. After that, let's open After Effects to continue working on the animation. Open After Effects, and let's import the Adobe Illustrator file that we just created. Make sure to import it as composition, retain layer sizes. Once it's imported, double-click on the composition to open it. As you can see, all of our layers are here. Let's rename the stairs layer to stairs so that we don't get confused later on. Position the stairs inside the frame accurately. Press Ctrl+R to bring up the rulers. We'll place the rulers later, but first, let's focus on aligning the stairs inside the frame properly. Once the stairs are aligned, drag the rulers and place one on any stair for reference. Also, drag the upper ruler and place it on a stair like this. Now that we have our reference points, let's select the stair layer and press P for position. Click on the stopwatch next to position to create a keyframe. Move the bar indicator a few frames forward. Now, move the stairs, making sure that whichever stair you're positioning above aligns perfectly with the reference point. Preview the animation. If you feel the movement is a bit slow or if you want more stairs, here's what you can do: go to the second keyframe, and since we have more stairs below, you can move the stairs further upward to add more steps. Let's add one more step like this. Preview the animation again. Perfect. Now, let's unhide the layer that was hidden earlier. This is the mask layer. Apply the track matte to it. Also, let's rename this layer to Mask for clarity. After renaming the layer to Mask, select the stairs layer and change its track matte option from No Matte to Mask. It will apply the mask, making the stairs visible only within the masked area. Now, preview the animation and you'll see that the stairs appear to move upward as if they're going on top. Perfect. Now, let's move on to animating the text. Since the text layer we imported is treated as a shape, we won't be able to apply any text animations directly to it. So, let's hide this text layer for now. Next, take the text tool in Adobe After Effects and rewrite the brand name using the same font and size as the one in Illustrator. Adjust the font, and make sure it is perfectly centered. Once everything looks good, select the new text layer, go to Effects and Presets, and search for a text animation called Slow Fade On. Apply this effect to the text layer, and then preview the animation. Your logo animation is now complete. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Ace Designs for more tutorials.